today we'll see the angular SHM and the differential equation for the angular SHM. Before that, we'll see the we'll recall some terms about the angular and the linear motion. So, in the angular motion, the motion is like this. Here we'll consider this object. It is in the form of a spherical disc, and that is rotating this to and fro, to and fro, to and fro like this. And the linear SHM we have seen already. So in the linear, this mean position, extreme positions, and this x is the displacement. Here in angular motion, the displacement, it is in the form of theta. That is in the form of angle, so it is the theta. That is the arc length that we have seen in the last lecture. The acceleration, velocity first we'll see the speed that is denoted by the v in the linear motion, and in the angular it is omega, that is angular velocity. This is the linear velocity. Then next comes the acceleration. Acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. So it is nothing but the linear velocity with respect to time. It is denoted by a in the linear motion. In the angular we have alpha for acceleration, and it is equal to d omega by dt, that is the angular rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. Then the next is the force. It is in the form of torque. Here we will consider the moment of inertia, that mass in the linear. In the angular it is we'll consider that moment of inertia. Then next the equation, this momentum no need of momentum here, so we'll discuss this later on. And the next is the display that equation of SHM. We have seen this equation of SHM for the linear motion, that is d square x upon dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. So in the angular it will become like d square theta, that is x, it is replaced by theta, d square theta upon dt square plus omega square, this omega square, the displacement is x again, here theta, so it is equal to 0. In linear SHM, that linear SHM is defined as, we have seen the definition, that force is directly proportional to displacement, and both are oppositely directed, that is F is equal to minus kx. And in the angular we have that torque, it is directly proportional to angular displacement, and both are oppositely directed. This negative sign indicates that. These all terms we are going to see now. So this is the angular SHM and the differential equation for the angular SHM we are going to see. So this is the disc. It is the metallic disc. It is a sphere. It is the metallic disc in the form of we can say the circular plate, this, and this disc, it will rotate in this fashion. When we apply some kind of force, then it will move. It will not move like pendulum like this. It will move like this, to and fro, to and fro. So it will form some kind of angle over here. So in angular SHM, this later on we'll see, this we have to prove. So here, if the restoring torque, that is in the linear SHM we have seen the restoring force, that F was there. Here that force, it is replaced by, or we can say in the angular motion, instead of this force we use the term, that is the torque, that is the restoring torque in the wire is always opposite to the angular displacement. Here we have the force is directly proportional to x and oppositely directed. This is for the linear, right? Linear SHM. Here we have to prove that this torque, it is always opposite to the angular displacement, and its magnitude, it is opposite, that is the negative sign will come, and its magnitude is proportional to the angular displacement, right? Is the better is it is directly proportional, that is this tau, it is directly proportional to theta, that is nothing but the angular displacement. This we have to prove, or we have to show by the derivation. So here the derivation begins. For angular SHM, so for angular SHM, this tau is equal to restoring torque acting on the body, and theta is angular displacement. So this tau is directly proportional to minus of theta. This is the angular SHM, right? When we give the displacement, when we apply the force, it will move like this, in this fashion. So here the displacement, it is the angular displacement will happen, and the restoring torque, when the particle go here, the restoring torque that will make the particle to again come to the original or the equilibrium position, that is the to and fro motion, that is equilibrium or the mean position we can say. So this torque, as we know, this torque is directly proportional to the angular displacement. This relation, same linear relation that comes in the angular form. So it is, the torque is directly proportional to the angular displacement, that is it is the angular SHM. So we'll take some constant of proportionality, that is nothing but the C. So this restoring torque is equal to minus of C into theta, where this C is nothing but the constant of proportionality, and we can say it is the restoring torque per unit angular displacement. If we put the C as it is, then it is tau divided by theta. So it is C is equal to this restoring torque divided by theta. Now if I is equal to moment of inertia of the body, what this I is nothing but the moment of inertia, then the torque acting on the body, then torque acting, as we know for the force it is F is equal to ma, right? So in that same fashion, in that same sense we can say this is for the linear. So for the angular it becomes tau is equal to I into alpha. This force, it is the this force, it brings that bob again to the original position. So here in the angular it is tau is equal to I into this linear acceleration is replaced by alpha, m replaced by I, that is the moment of inertia, and this F replaced by this restoring torque. So it is restoring torque is equal to I into alpha. This alpha is nothing but the angular acceleration. Then by equation 1 and 2, this left hand side is equal, so we can write I alpha is equal to minus of C into theta. That is, we can write this equation as I alpha plus C into theta is equal to 0. That is I moment of inertia into angular acceleration plus this constant of proportionality, that is tau by theta into theta is equal to 0. So this is the equation. So we got this equation, that is I alpha plus C into theta is equal to 0. So here we'll put some values, that is I alpha is what? The angular acceleration, that is nothing but the d square theta upon dt square. It should be square, dt square, right? Actually it is d omega upon dt, so it will become d square theta upon dt square. This rate of change of velocity with respect to time, and velocity is nothing but the change in displacement with respect to time. So the acceleration in the form of displacement, it becomes equal to d square theta upon dt square. So we'll write this value here, that is I into d square theta upon dt square plus C into theta as it is. This is equation number 3. This is the one form of the differential equation of angular SHM. For the linear SHM we have that, we'll compare d square, what was the equation? D square x upon dt square plus that omega into theta is equal to 0. So this was the equation, that is d square x upon dt square, it is omega square x it should be is equal to 0. So this is the one form of the differential equation for the angular SHM. Then next, or we can write this as this d square theta upon dt square plus this c upon I into theta is equal to 0. This is the one form. And the c upon I, it is nothing but the omega square. This is nothing but the omega square. So we can write here d square theta upon dt square is equal to omega square theta is equal to 0. Here in the linear SHM we have omega square is equal to k upon m. We have seen in the earlier lectures. So for the angular it becomes omega square is equal to c upon I. This constant k, it is replaced by constant c and m by I. So this is c upon I, this is equal to omega square. So we can have the formula as d square theta upon dt square plus omega square into theta is equal to 0. This is the one form of the differential equation for the angular SHM. So we need these three equations for the numerical purpose, right? So this is all about the angular SHM. Then the next, we'll see the angular acceleration. The equation of SHM for the angular SHM, differential equation for the angular SHM, it is equal to d square theta. We'll write this equation again upon dt square plus c upon I into theta is equal to 0. So we can write this as this term as it is. It will become negative to this side. So alpha is equal to, what is this d square theta upon dt square? It is nothing but alpha is equal to d square theta upon dt square. This relation we have seen, that is alpha is equal to d omega upon dt, and omega is nothing but d theta upon dt. So we can write alpha is equal to d square theta upon dt square. So here this, right, alpha is equal to d square theta upon dt square. So this is about alpha. So here we'll write alpha is equal to d square theta upon dt square. This is nothing but the angular acceleration. This is what? Angular acceleration. So we have the formula for angular acceleration as alpha is equal to minus c into theta upon I. If here, this is the formula, alpha is equal to minus of c into theta upon I. This is the formula for the angular acceleration. If this c and I remains constant, if these two terms, that is c and I, are constant, then we can write alpha is directly proportional to theta. That is, angular acceleration is directly proportional to the angular displacement. This angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement, and they are oppositely directed. So therefore we can write oscillatory motion is an angular SHM. So the angular SHM can be defined as, it is an oscillatory motion of a body in which the torque tau for the angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement. We'll write here theta, and they are oppositely directed, right? So this tau torque, it is directly of angular acceleration, for angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement, and they are oppositely directed. So as they are oppositely directed, so we can write here minus of theta. So this is about the angular acceleration. In the linear, we have the force is directly proportional to the linear displacement, that is the x, that is F is directly proportional to x and F is equal to minus of kx, that equation we have. So for the angular, we have this torque, it is directly proportional to theta, minus of theta, opposite. So we can write here is equal to minus of c into theta. Or so this c, that constant k we take in the linear SHM, for the angular we take the constant as c. Then the next is the time period of the angular SHM, that is the T. We have the formula for T is equal to 2 pi upon omega. This omega is nothing but the angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. What this omega is equal to? Angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. So angular acceleration is nothing but alpha and angular displacement is nothing but the theta. So the equation for the period of the angular SHM, it becomes equal to T is equal to 2 pi under root of theta upon alpha. So this is about the period of the angular SHM.